Has 4 wins against the 3 best teams in the league. It's absolutely it's Titans.
The Titans also.
Titans.
Hey, I look at Jacksonville. Guess what? Best players, more speed, good athletes, great team. But Tennessee's tougher. And what do we got to do? We got to go for the toughness.
That's 3 Tennessees, and I'm taking Jacksonville. Mike Hollis will win the game, maybe even in overtime. And the Jags are being introduced. Let's join Matt Ray with the introductions.
Defensive end from Texas, number 90, Tony Brackett. At line, Northern Illinois, number 95, Bryce Pop. At linebacker from Tulane, number 56, Lonnie Marks. At linebacker from Illinois, number 51, Kevin Hardy. At quarterback from Alabama, number 25, Fernando Bryant. At quarterback from Western Virginia, number 21, Aaron Beasley. At safety from Syracuse, number 20, Jonathan Darius. At safety from UCLA, number 37, Darnell Lake. And the Jaguars head coach, Tom Coughlin.
We're going to find out the first team to qualify for the Super Bowl this season. It's the AFC Championship game, Tennessee and Jacksonville. We'll see you back here on the NASDAQ Halftime Report. Meantime, enjoy the game, the Titans and the Jags with Greg and Phil next here on CBS.
NFL's ultimate prize, it takes courage, determination, and a fierce will to win. Battles are fought, sacrifices are made. To climb this mountain, each player must first look within. Today, our eyes turn to the Tennessee Titans and Coach Jeff Fisher, who see themselves as a team of destiny. This year, the Titans have found a home, some magic, and a dynamic young quarterback. Touchdown, Titans! A powerful ground game. Eddie George, and there he goes! Touchdown! And a terrorizing defense. Tom Coughlin's Jacksonville Jaguars are warriors with their own set of stars. A battle-tested quarterback.
Brunell the throw. Touchdown, Jacksonville!
An explosive running back.
Taylor skips 2 tackles. Bye-bye!
And the best wide receiver in football.
Jimmy Smith, touchdown, Jacksonville!
In 17 games this season, the Jags have stumbled just twice, both times against the Titans. Today, round 3. Who will rise to the occasion to claim a place in NFL history, to earn a date with destiny? The Jaguars and the Titans, the AFC Championship game is next. Championship Sunday here in football-crazed Jacksonville, Florida. Mark Brunell and the Jacksonville Jaguars have never been to a Super Bowl, nor has Eddie George in the franchise that now resides in Tennessee. Players play this game for one reason and one reason only, to get to the Super Bowl. Today, one of these teams will realize that dream. From Alltel Stadium, this is the AFC Championship game. The Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hi everyone, I'm Greg Gumbel along with Phil Simms. Welcome to this matchup that will determine one of the 2 participants in Super Bowl 34. You know the team's history this season. They've played twice. Tennessee has won twice. What have these teams learned from that, Phil?
Well, Greg, I think they learn everything. First off, you learn the strategy of the other team. But most importantly, they know the physical abilities of the other team. They know how big, fast, and tough the other players are. So that tells me the team that's the toughest, hits the hardest, is going to win this game today.
We will watch many things today, but none more closely than the Tennessee defensive line and their outstanding rookie, Javon Curse.
Javon Curse, the defensive line of Tennessee, I think they are the key to the football game for the Tennessee Titans. They've got to find a way to stop the run and get in the backfield and pressure Jacksonville's offense, and that means pressure Mark Brunell. The quarterback, a tremendous arm. Even with 2 braces on his leg, he's still mobile, can make plays down the field. He throws to the best wide receiver in the National Football League, Jimmy Smith. He has it all. He has the speed, the size, and great hands. And then you put Fred Taylor in the backfield, a running back who has the speed, the power to run over you, and oh yeah, he can catch a few passes and make some big plays too.
The Super Bowl is at stake. The question is, who wants it most? Tennessee's Titans or Jacksonville's Jaguars? We're about to find out.
60 minutes! 60 minutes and don't stop! Hey, no matter what happens, we won this game. Believe it's our time. It's our time. No matter what. Let's go. Let's go now. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
You ain't nothing.
Shannon Sharp, please. Has always talking trash.
You're paying, baby.
He's always trying to get inside your head.
Seahorse, you don't know your elbows from your...
And sometimes he can get downright nasty.
I bet you pay transaction fees on your mutual funds. Your mama pays full commission. You know how to calculate a PE ratio?
When we created a smarter kind of investment firm,
How diversified is your portfolio?
we created a smarter kind of investor.
You can't even spell Dow Jones. Okay, guys, let's get this right. To calculate a PE ratio, you divide the stock price.
So in conclusion, I'd like...
Back at Alltel Stadium in Jacksonville prior to the kickoff, our two sideline reporters today, Armin Katayan and Bonnie Bernstein. Let's first check in with Armin.
Thanks, Greg. I'm with Tom Coughlin. Tom, you've described this game as a rite of passage for your football team. How do they earn that trip today to the Super Bowl?
Well, it's going to be a difficult task. Tennessee's an excellent football team. It starts right here with kickoff coverage. They've done an excellent job of getting the ball in field position for their offense. So we'll see how it goes right here.
All right, let's go over to my colleague, Bonnie Bernstein.
All right, everybody knows Tennessee must stop Jacksonville running game. Fred Taylor, but Coach, you called Jimmy Smith the best receiver in the league. How do you neutralize him?
Well, he's a big play guy. You just have to minimize the gains. You got to tackle. You got to smack him around a little bit. You have to respect his ability. He's had a great year. Mark's real good at getting the ball to him, and we're going to have to fight every play, try to keep him from letting him get the ball.
All right, Coach, thanks. Good luck. Greg, one little tidbit for you. When Tennessee wins the coin toss, they are 9-1.
All right, Bonnie, thank you very much. Phil, can you, as a player, can you be too excited at a moment like this?
Well, Greg, you want to take the excitement and let that help you physically make plays. But don't get too emotional where it makes you not concentrate, where you miss a play or two that can determine the outcome of the game.
Derek Mason is averaging more than 35 yards a kickoff return in the postseason. He's on the receiving end at the 4. Met as he crossed the 20-yard line and goes down hard at the 22. Reagan Upshaw led the charge. A 19-yard return, and Steve McNair. 5 touchdown passes the last time he saw these Jacksonville Jaguars. McNair in his 5th season out of Alcorn State, and what a day he had against Jacksonville Week 16.
Tennessee expects the Jacksonville Jaguars to crowd the line of scrimmage, so they said if they do, we'll come out and throw the football early.
Plenty of noise on first down. Play clock winding down. They don't get it off in time. Our referee today is Bernie Kukar.
Delay again. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Let's take a look at the offense that the Tennessee Titans send onto the field. Up front, Brad Hopkins, Bruce Matthews, Kevin Long, Benji Olsen, and John Runyon. In the backfield, Eddie George and Lorenzo Neal, Thigpen and Dyson, the wide receivers, Wycheck the tight end. McNair throwing, has his man at the 20-yard line, and Yancey Thigpen almost to the 25-yard line, and it'll be second down. Lonnie Martz and Donovan Darius with the tackle. A look at the Jacksonville defensive line. Ronaldo Wynn, Gary Walker, Seth Payne, and Tony Bracken. The linebackers are Bryce Popp, Lonnie Martz, and Kevin Hardy. In the secondary, the rookie Fernando Bryant along with Aaron Beasley at the corner, Carnell Lake and Donovan Darius the safeties. McNair will throw again. with time, down the sideline, and overthrows the intended receiver, Yancey Thigpen. It'll be 3rd and 8.
That time, Tennessee, Jacksonville pressuring the offense right from the start. Let's look down the field. Yancey Thigpen, good route runner, not the fastest wide receiver. Nice move. Fernando Bryant definitely gets away with a little hold on the jersey that time.
McNair and the Titans need the 32-yard line for a first down. From the shotgun, time, throws into the flat, and knocked down before he gets first down yardage is Eddie George. Fernando Bryant coming up on the corner.
Well, Tennessee let the crowd noise affect the first series. It caused the delay of game the very first play. Steve McNair, with all this crowd noise, trying to check off, change the play. That causes the delay of game. That's the reason why they didn't get a first down in this first series.
Craig Hendrick, who has boosted his average per punt about 4 yards in the postseason, will kick to Reggie Barlow, a game-breaking return man. Barlow juggles the ball at the 33 and is brought down at about the 37-yard line. And that will bring Mark Brunell and the Jacksonville offense onto the field. His numbers against the Tennessee Titans are not impressive this season, but Brunell passed for more than 3,000 yards during the regular season and completed almost 59% of his passes.
The thing about Mark Brunell, everybody says, well, is he healthy enough? Is he mobile? Yes, he is. He's moving around very well. But being hurt, he missed a couple weeks. He's fresh. His arm is alive, and he threw the ball this week terrifically in practice.
Fred Taylor, the lone back, and Brunell will throw on first down. Jimmy Smith, midfield, out of bounds at the 45-yard line, a first down.
Well, the Tennessee Titans know two things. They know Mark Brunell wants to throw it to Smith on the wide receiver, and they also know he wants to throw it to his left. That time, single coverage on the outside. Jimmy Smith just too fast, too dynamic, and you got to respect him going deep.
Jeff Fisher telling us we find Mark Brunell throws 70% of his passes to the left side of the field. Fred Taylor up the middle, room to move, 35, 30, breaking tackles, inside the 20, inside the 15-yard line, and it's a first down.
Greg, we talked about it. Jacksonville wants the pace of this game fast. This is what they want. And this is how you get it. Fred Taylor, good blocking up front. Zach Wiegert, Shelton with a good block, and no safety up in there to fill the run. Blaine Bishop misses the tackle. The one thing Tennessee relies on, their safeties have to be great tacklers. That time, both of them missed Fred Taylor.
From the 13-yard line. Brunell moving to his left, throws and overthrows a wide-open Jimmy Smith in the flat. The Titans dodge a bullet. The offensive line of the Jaguars, Coleman for the injured Tony Baselli at left tackle. Tilsky, Wade, Wiegert, and Leon Searcy. Fred Taylor and Damon Shelton behind Brunell. Jimmy Smith and Keenan McCardell, the wideouts, and Kyle Brady is the tight end.
That time if Mark Brunell if he'd hit Jimmy Smith, that would have been a touchdown. And it shows you just that little bit of movement. That's all you need to be mobile, buy extra time to throw the football down the field.
On 2nd and 10, the Jaguars go with a double tight end. Taylor slips getting started, but he's inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. A look at the Tennessee defense. Javon Curse and Kenny Holmes on the outside. Josh Evans, Jason Fisk on the inside. The linebackers, Eddie Robinson, Barron Wortham, and Joe Bowden. The secondary, Bernard Walker and the rookie Samari Roll on the corners, and hard-hitting safeties in Marcus Robertson and Blaine Bishop. Defensive coordinator Greg Williams of the Titans as Brunell works from the shotgun. Time, throws, touchdown. 7 yards to Kyle Brady, and Jacksonville draws first blood.
Tennessee is going to dare you to throw the football to your tight ends and your running backs. And that time, Kyle Brady wins the battle against the linebacker. And you saw those first couple passes. Mark Brunell's arm is alive and feeling good.
Mike Hollis. 8 extra points last week alone against Miami. His first of the day here. Mark Brunell comes out roaring for the Jaguars, who grab a 7-0 lead early here in the AFC Championship. Mason from the 5. Dancing, breaks free, 30, 40, and run out of bounds. Short of the 45-yard line. We told you about those offensive threats of the Jaguars. They all figured in. Fred Taylor, Jimmy Smith, and Mark Brunell throwing the football. It's a 7-0 Jaguars lead. In Jacksonville, Steve McNair starts off this series with 5 wide receivers out of the shotgun. Quick pass complete to the tight end, Wycheck, and Wycheck is stood up just across midfield. You look at Steve McNair, Phil, and you wonder, all right, now, is this going to increase the pressure on him to throw the football?
Well, Greg, if Jacksonville continues to score, of course it will. But if I was Tennessee, I would settle down, take my time, be real conservative in offense. And like Bruce Matthews told us last night, we want this game to be really ugly. And that means run the football, eat up the time, and make Jacksonville go a long ways for touchdowns.
Eddie George corralled at the line of scrimmage.
Now, the one reason an offense wants to come out and do some different things, Tennessee threw some play-action passes on the first series. This time, one of their favorite plays to counter. Tony Brackens just gets in and does a good job, gets away from Benji Olsen to make the tackle. But why you do different things early is because the other team, Jacksonville, they're home, they're so emotional. You just got to wait till that emotional tide settles down so you can execute your offense.
Brackens takes a spell on the bench. 3rd and 7, and a timeout is called on the field. McNair takes an early timeout, 9:43 to play here in the first Minneapolis a week ago.
Yeah, Jeff Fisher told us last night, only once all year do they have a problem with the play clock. Last week they had one, and today already they've had 2 times where the play clock has made them have a bad play.
McNair with plenty of time and throws. It is picked off. Penalty marker is down in the secondary. Renee Stewart has the football. And let's check the flag. Pass interference against the Jaguars.
It looked like Carnell Lake got there too quick. Was on the back of the receiver.
We have conversation, and now here's Bernie Kukar.
Pass interference, 37 defense. That's an automatic first down.
That's who it is.
Well, let's watch Carnell Lake, number 37. Coverage inside. Yancey Thigpen got his hands around him.
Well, the fans are reacting to the hand that Carnell Lake got on the football, but not to the one on the jersey.
You're allowed to put your hands on the receiver as long as you don't turn him. It didn't look like he did, but to the official, when you put both hands on, they're going to throw that flag.
Eddie George on first down. Back to the line of scrimmage. Kevin Hardy and Carnell Lake. On CBS, if you think last week tonight. McNair on 2nd and 8. Crossing pattern complete at the 30-yard line to Jackie Harris, the second tight end in the game, and that's enough for a first down for the Titans.
Well, Tennessee staying with its game plan, Greg. I really didn't think they would the way this game started out, but Steve McNair dropping back, feeling comfortable already. And I had a chance to talk to Les Steckel yesterday, and so did you, the offensive coordinator, and he says, hey, if we're going to win this game, we have got to execute very well with our passing game.
A look at Les Steckel upstairs. First down, Tennessee. Eddie George dances to the 26. Les Steckel also told us, he says he tries to impress on his offense. If we get 4 yards a crack, that's fine, because 3 times 4 is 12, and that'll get us first downs all the way down the football field.
It took you a little while to figure that out, though.
I argued with him for a while.
4 is, yes. He said a lot of nice things about this offense. It's not always about scoring. When you got a good defense, try to play field position, take time off the clock, especially when you're playing a team like Jacksonville, where their offense can make big plays.
6th play of this drive. McNair steps up, tucks it in to the 20, across the 20 to about the 18-yard line. Lonnie Martz brought him down, but not before he picked up another Tennessee first down.
You know, I got a smile when I'm up here. Steve McNair, I think, is probably, well, he is the only quarterback in the National Football League that goes down the field and says, all right, let's find some contact. Where's it at? And the big thing is the defensive players, Jacksonville, they see him twice a year. They know it. Don't come up there and think you're going to run some quarterback over, because this is a big quarterback who's strong and who can run fast.
Steve McNair says there are 5 or 6 running plays just for him in the offense. Eddie George across the 15. There's Eddie George, and boy, talk about a workhorse. You might have heard it in the pregame show conversation that Craig James had with Eddie. He's never missed a football game, anytime, anywhere, in any part of his playing career.
Well, does it surprise you when you get a chance to see him in person? Yeah, you know, a lot of these football players are big and they're well built, but Eddie George is an exception to that. He has got everything physically.
You see what the Titans do in the red zone. McNair in trouble, gets out of it, breaks across the 10 to the 9-yard line and close to a first down.
That is some big play by Steve McNair. 2 times now he has gotten away and made some runs. And you know, Greg, the thing about Steve McNair, this won't show up in the stats. Bryce Pop, this is a big guy. He can't get a handle on him. Turf toe, had a cast on his foot, still making plays, but this doesn't show up in the statistics what he does, the little things that keeps drives alive. Steve McNair is never going to be a guy that puts up big numbers and you go, wow, what an impressive quarterback. He does a lot of little things very well.
And another timeout is called. So McNair calls a timeout, the Titans' second of the first half. We still have 5:35 to play here in the first quarter. Yeah. 3rd and 1 for Tennessee. Thigpen is in motion. McNair throws outside, complete. Thigpen going for the end zone. No touchdown yet. No signal, and now it is.
What a call by Les Steckel, Jeff Fisher, that had to catch Jacksonville by surprise. When you have Steve McNair and Eddie George, Yancey Thigpen coming across, sneaks out, everybody playing run. And this looks like the first game when they played. Tennessee down on the goal line, threw the ball outside to a receiver coming out of the backfield for some easy touchdowns.
Thigpen dragging Aaron Beasley the last few yards. Al Del Greco for the extra point, and it's good. What a drive, an important drive by the Tennessee Titans to come right back after the Jacksonville touchdown. We're tied at 7 with 5.5 to play in the first quarter. He comes back with a 10-play, 51-yard drive and a touchdown pass to Yancey Thigpen. 2 speed burners down the field, Barlow and Whitted. And from the 9-yard line, it's Reggie Barlow. 20, 25, 30. Penalty marker is down as he crosses the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Here's Bernie Kukar.
Holding. 38 on the return team, on the run back. First down.
Blaine McElmurray is the guilty party. And let's go back to a well-designed touchdown
It
play.
is. Here's Aaron Beasley. Watch Yancey Thigpen. He comes up. Aaron Beasley now will get shielded by Frank Wycheck. He doesn't know where Yancey Thigpen is going to go. When he breaks out, all you need is one little step near the goal line. And Greg, we laugh. This is the exact same play. They scored their first touchdown against Jacksonville down in Tennessee when they played a few weeks ago, except
the rules were reversed.
They reversed it this time. They let Yancey Thigpen catch the ball instead of Frank Wycheck.
So Jacksonville will start from its own 14-yard line. Fred Taylor to the left side, bounces back across the 15 out to about the 17. Javon Curse is there, and we check in with Armin Katayan.
Thanks, Greg. It's clear that that Tennessee drive took something out of the Jacksonville defense. From where I'm standing, it also took something out of the Jacksonville offense. About at the 40-yard line, they were ready to leap back onto the field, built by all that adrenaline. But as Tennessee continued to drive, they'd step farther and farther away from the sidelines. A couple of them actually sitting down. We'll see how it affects them now. Back to you.
All right, Armin. Gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Brunell looks left, throws left, has a man. 25, 26-yard line. Kyle Brady, and it's enough for a first down.
Well, Greg, so far Mark Brunell's 100%. Every pass going to his left. And true to his word, Tom Coughlin said our tight ends, Fred Taylor at running back, they have to be big parts of the passing game because Tennessee, hey, they're smart. They're not going to let Jimmy Smith and Keenan McCardell run down the field and make plays. They're going to double team them. Single coverage on the tight end. He's got to get open.
That's Brady in motion. Brunell throws left. Has his man across the 33. Tight end David Jones. You know, we kind of blinked when Jeff Fisher said, well, he throws 70% to his left, and we kind of went, really? And he said, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And that just shows you, well, we just got to pay more attention when we watch the tapes of these games. But it is a significant thing, and Jeff Fisher has made it clear to his defensive linemen. When Mark Brunell looks left, make sure you stand up, get in the way, make him hold the football, because then we can get some sacks.
They haven't done it yet. 2nd and 3. Taylor gets back to the 35-yard line. And Josh Evans, number 91, helps with the stop. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the one thing you know about both of these teams, they are going to send some people on the blitz. Samari Rowe coming from the backside. They were hoping for a play-action pass. Let's watch Javon Curse going against Leon Searcy. Oh, Javon he hadn't been in the league long enough to get enough weight to go in there and fight a guy like Leon Searcy man-on-man yet.
3rd and 2. Another blitz. Brunell has time, throws over the middle, incomplete, in and out of the hands of Keenan McCardell at the 45-yard line, and Jacksonville will kick it away.
Well, you know what? Here comes the blitz again. And it takes courage to blitz this team, I think. And what this does, now, even though Mark Brunell is protected, here he comes again. On the outside, Samari Rowe. Great pickup by Jacksonville. Perfect throw. It's dropped, but that gives the defense confidence. They go, well, we blitz. They didn't make a big play. We can try it again later.
Derek Mason from the 13. Down at the 18-yard line. So not much of a return there, and a little scuffle.
Well, we expected quite a few of these pushing matches today, but hopefully the players understand how big the game is. Don't do anything foolish.
This is Mason. The scuffle was between Denard Walker of Tennessee and Jason Kraft, number 29 of Jacksonville.
Boy, nice hit.
The loose football covered by Tennessee. The line of scrimmage is the 19-yard line. McNair holding on to it, looks downfield, has all kinds of time, and now he's on the move. Throws over the middle across the 25 to the 28 is Jackie Harris. We'll take the moment to remind you, log on to superbowl.com for in-depth profiles on Titans wide receivers Yancey Thigpen and cornerback Anthony Dorsett. It's all at superbowl.com.
Greg, the play calling by the Titans, what it's doing now, it's making the Jacksonville defense react. You're waiting to see what they're going to do. Instead, that first series, Jacksonville's defense was just attacking. They weren't reading, they were coming after them.
Pretty balanced play calling by Tennessee. Second and short yardage. Eddie George across the 30 and enough for a first down.
Well, you got to admire the Tennessee Titans so far in this game to withstand the emotions, the energy that Jacksonville came out with. They hung in there, and what a big drive they had that last drive, going down to score that touchdown, really set up by the kickoff return.
Tennessee 15-3, currently riding a 6-game win streak. The franchise has been to the AFC Championship game twice, both losses to Pittsburgh in 79 and again in 80. Eddie George. And this time, Kevin Hardy lassoed him just after he got the handoff.
You know, all year long, you're an offensive guard. You know that this linebacker is going to blitz. And you come out there, watch Olsen, the left guard, try to get Kevin Hardy. Here he comes. And you say, during the season, he'd have probably made that block. But it just speeds up a little in a playoff game. And it's just enough where that linebacker gets around you and makes the tackle. Kind of like you today, Greg. You know, you're a little faster, a little quicker. I gotta try to keep up with you.
McNair, throw, incomplete. Jackie Harris, the intended receiver, and Donovan Darius with the hit arrived about the same time the football did.
Well, good throw by Steve McNair. It's perfect. You know, you're a tight end. You're running down the field. There's one thing you know is going to happen when you catch the ball. You're going to get hit right to the chest. Donovan Darius does a good job getting that right hand in front of the receiver, make the contact, and try to knock the football loose.
So watch the crowd come now on 3rd and 10. All kinds of time from McNair, pulls it down, 30, 35, first down and more. Slides down at midfield, and another big gain for Steve McNair. We've talked with the Tennessee Titan people. McNair and Eddie George are bigger than any linebacker they have on the team. What a terrific pair of running backs Jeff Fisher has. That's the end of the first quarter. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armin Kate, and Bonnie Bernstein back at Alltel Stadium at the start of the second quarter of the AFC Championship game. Steve McNair's numbers impressive, throwing and running. Eddie George, left side, midfield, 40, 35, diving forward to the 30-yard line.
Boy, you can count on one thing when you play this Tennessee offense. They are going to run the counter play. In other words, this time they're going to fake like it's going to the right. And here he comes to the left, pulling Jackie Harris. Olsen, number 75. What a kick out on Bryce Pop. And then Eddie George, big, fast, tough. He follows behind it. That's why you get a big gain.
21-yard pickup on the play from the 30-yard line. McNair back to the air. Throws out here. Eddie George forward for about a yard. Kevin Hardy is there for the stop. Boy, Steve McNair, here's a guy who comes out of Alcorn State, threw for more than 16,000 yards in his collegiate career, and then is not asked to throw all that much, although he's throwing about as much today as he would in this offense.
Well, it's tough to play offense as a quarterback the way they ask him, but I think it was summed up by Bruce Matthews, the guard. He's been here 17 years. He loves Steve McNair because he says this guy's ego doesn't get in the way of what this team is trying to do. He loves playing for the quarterback, and that's one of the reasons why he continues to play.
McNair throws this side. It is incomplete and almost intercepted by Fernando Bryant. The rookie out of Alabama, Jacksonville's first-round draft choice, the number 26 pick overall, and he almost had one here.
Well, this ball looks like it gets away from Steve McNair. Look at the nose of the ball. It's up, causes the float. It's off target, and he's very fortunate it's not picked off. Oh, he definitely lost that ball.
And back on the other side,
he knows.
Steve let it go and wondered where it was going to end up. 3rd and 10. 9th play of this drive that began at the Tennessee 19-yard line. A little movement on the offensive line. This play won't count. Might have been Yancey Thigpen.
Yeah, one of the wide receivers flinched.
And that was a full-fledged flinch.
82 offense. 5-yard penalty.
It was Thigpen.
The one thing I have noticed, we talk so much, you've heard it so much during the year, this Jacksonville defense, Dom Capers, the coordinator, they love to blitz, and they got a lot of them. But if what you've seen so far in this game, Tennessee, they do an excellent job of picking up blitzes, giving the quarterback and the receivers time to go down the field and make plays.
Tennessee has dominated ball control in this game. McNair, plenty of time, still has time. Now on the move, throws downfield. It is battled for and intercepted. Fernando Bryant missed it last time, came up with it this time.
Well, that doesn't really hurt the Tennessee Titans. Good play by the Jacksonville defense, but it's almost as good as a punt. 3rd down and long. Steve McNair in trouble. Ball gets away from him once again. That's why it's intercepted.
Eddie George lost that one-on-one with the rookie.
Steve McNair, this has happened to him 3 times already in this game. He is trying to throw it to Eddie George out in the right flat. Look at that. The hand stays up in the air. The ball, the nose of the ball is staying up, and it actually is going right to left. I don't know if he's losing the grip or what, but that's 3 times he has lost control of the football.
Jacksonville football, the Jaguars' 23-yard line. Brunell throws the other way, and it's incomplete. The fans want a flag. The intended receiver is Jimmy Smith. The pass is incomplete. I want to remind you, coming up on the NASDAQ halftime report, Jim, Craig, Randy, and Jerry here in Jacksonville with us. They'll have first half analysis, and Marcus Allen previews the NFC Championship game from St. Louis as the Rams get set to host the Bucs. That's coming up on the NASDAQ halftime report.
Hey, we got a chance to watch some film with Jerry Glanville the other day.
Was that an experience?
It was. You know what I realized? I don't know a lot about football. When you listen to an ex-coach talk, you just go, wow. Pretty good stuff.
Fred Taylor. And he's wrapped up just as he gets to the line of scrimmage.
You know, Greg, going back to Steve McNair and losing control of that football a couple times. When you get in these big games, championship games and Super Bowls, they use brand new footballs. They got a bunch of them, and sometimes they're really firm, they're hard, and they can be a little slick. So it might take a while for him to get a feel for it and break them in.
3rd and 9, and Brunell with 4 wide receivers will operate out of the shotgun. Steps forward, hit from behind as he gets rid of it and completes it. Jimmy Smith on the run, brought down inside the 40-yard line. It'll be a first down. What a pitch and catch combo that was.
What a play by Mark Brunell. He buys the extra time. You want to know about those knees and the braces of Mark Brunell? Watch the pressure. A game in front. Jason Fisk coming around 97. And watch the throw by Mark Brunell. Jimmy Smith well covered by Marcus Robinson. Oh, he goes for the interception and misses it.
Javon Curse was the man who almost got to Brunell. 39-yard line. Blitz. Bishop coming in. He's got him. Loose football picked off by Damon Jones. And Jones makes about a 3-yard gain out of it. Blaine Bishop was on the move from the corner.
Well, Blaine Bishop is allowed to get to the quarterback because of the coverage down the field. Watch up top. From the top, there comes Blaine Bishop. Damon Jones misses the tackle. He goes, hey, give it to me. Recovers the fumble, really being alert and smart. But what hustle by Blaine Bishop.
Blaine Bishop tied for the team lead in tackles during the regular season and is the leading tackler for Tennessee in the postseason. Coming this way and brought down inside the 20-yard line is Fred Taylor.
Well, the one thing that Tennessee has always relied on this year, their defense, and Jeff Fisher told us last night, we are excellent tacklers. Eddie Robinson, untouched, in the backfield, can't bring Freddie Taylor down. And look at the blocking down the field by the wide receivers. Who is that? Jimmy Smith, still blocking the corner, driving him up, letting Fred Taylor get extra yards.
Fred Taylor's friend from Florida, Javon Curse. James Stewart into the lineup now, and he gets the handoff inside the 15 to about the 13. The clock continues to move as we come up on 10 minutes to play here in the first half. And Tom Coughlin, who has undergone a change as head coach in many ways, and one change is he's taken a more active role in the play calling on the offense.
Well, I thought you were going to say like he's softened up or something when you said he's changed. You know, that ain't Tom. But yes, Greg, he is calling the plays, and I think he's very happy with it. And there was a little confrontation between him and Mark Brunell early in the year, but that doesn't seem to be a problem right now.
Brunell throws it away. And Marcus Robertson on the blitz just dumped Brunell back behind the 30-yard line.
Yeah, there was a little more going on there, but another good blitz by Tennessee. Jacksonville can't pick it up. Marcus Robinson, 31, top of your screen. Now watch him as he hangs on. Now gets a little extra there on Mark Brunell, but you got to be a gymnast too as a quarterback.
I was just saying, looks like a halftime gymnastics show. Mark Brunell has been under the gun. 3rd and 7. Brunell going to come this way and throws complete inside the 10. Fred Taylor to the 5. It's 1st and goal. We may have two of the most mobile and agile quarterbacks in the league here today.
Well, that's all it is, Greg. Mark Brunell making so many plays so far in this game by moving around. This time again, nobody open down the field. Kenny Holmes goes up in the air, mistake, gets knocked to the ground, allows Mark Brunell to come outside. And Fred Taylor, I'd say he's running pretty hard so far today. What do you think?
So far, 1st and goal from the 5. Stewart and Shelton in the I formation behind Brunell. Stewart hit and may have lost a yard. Back to the 6-yard line. Blaine Bishop. Talk about a guy who has been overlooked for much of his career. An all-state football player in Indianapolis. Didn't even get a hello from a Division I school.
You asked him that last night. I liked his answer. He says, hey, that's what drives me still today is the fact that he's always been overlooked as an athlete, but not in professional football. Everybody knows that he is a special player.
Brunell throws, end zone. It is intercepted by Marcus. No, and now, let's see, is it? It is. It's an interception. Marcus Robertson in the end zone.
First down, Tennessee at the 20-yard line.
That evens the turnover battle at 1 apiece. Jeff Fisher, pleased as can be on the sideline as Brunell turns, looks, and finds the wrong man in the end zone.
Dodge Dakota brings you a startling new advancement. Doors, great big ones, on the driver's side. And the passenger side, each with windows that go all the way down. So what's the big deal about 2 great big wide opening doors? Nothing. But 4 is a different story. Real truck, real doors. Dodge Dakota Quad Cab. Different.
The good thing about hurricanes is you can usually see them coming, so we can get there ahead of time. Tornadoes, earthquakes, you don't know about until they've happened. The idea is, the more of us at the scene, the quicker we can take care of our customers. When I first took this assignment, I thought I'd do it for a year. That was, 10 years ago. You're in good hands with Allstate. Mine.
Now take a journey to a beautiful, happy place. And Debbie, where are you? In a beautiful garden. Brad?
I'm on a sandy beach.
Expect more from an original Coors.
Back in Jacksonville, the Jaguars drive halted in the end zone. Tennessee takes over first down from the 20-yard line. Eddie George. 3, maybe 4. Let's go back to the interception.
Let's take a look at what happens. Damon Jones, the tight end, is going to come across. Watch Marcus Robinson looking at the quarterback the whole time. Sees it, anticipates, makes the interception. And watch Jeff Fisher. He's pretty happy about it. And Mark Brunell knows he's about a half a second late with the football, causes a turnover.
On 2nd and 6, George dips left and back to the line of scrimmage.
What did Tom Coughlin, we talked to him on Friday, he said to us, Marcus Robinson, the safety, number 31, who just got the interception, is the best safety in the league at reading the quarterback's eyes. And he can do that because he really never has man coverage. He never covers people. He roams back there. He knows he's got a good pass rush. So wherever the quarterback looks, he runs to it. That's why that's why he made that interception.
Now the Jaguar defense trying to come up with a big stop on 3rd and 4. McNair floats to his right, throws sideline. It is caught, but is he in or out of bounds? He is out of bounds. And McNair still on one knee back at the 12-yard line.
I didn't see where he got hit.
And among the interested parties is Jeff Fisher.
Well, again, look at the pass protection. Ronaldo Wynn, 97, and Tony Brackens puts the helmet right to the chest. Oh, that's what it is, right? I guess you called it the stomach or chest. Watch his helmet. Boom. Ooh. Well, Greg, you said it earlier. You talked to the coaches at Tennessee, and Steve McNair, you hear it all the time, but it's maybe a little overused. What a tough guy some of these quarterbacks are, but this guy is, it fits him right.
Well, Jeff Fisher telling us about the turf toe problem as you look at Neil O'Donnell, Steve McNair's very capable backup, as his numbers will attest. But that Steve McNair has suffered turf toe injuries that would sideline some people. Here's a guy who came back from back surgery after just 5 weeks.
Yeah. Well, he's staying down quite a while. This doesn't look good.
Let's take another look. Tony Brackens, number 90, the man who makes the hit.
And you can see it's right in the chest, the sternum, and I see him grabbing his wrist too. But quarterbacks, watch Steve McNair as he throws. You can see the flak jacket that he wears, but those flak jackets, Greg, cover everything but that little spot right in the middle, right below your chest bone.
Well, McNair is up and walking off the field.
And the way it usually happens, you got pads everywhere. The one spot you don't have covered, that's where they hit you.
Well, it's 4th down, and with 4 yards to go, Tennessee will kick it away. Reggie Barlow deep for Jacksonville. Hendricks punt. He has kicked well in the postseason. His first one was nothing to write home about. Barlow, fair catch call at the 34-yard line. Stopping the clock with 6:34 to play in the second quarter. We're tied at 7.
Bernstein back with you at Alltel Stadium, where the score is tied 7-7. Steve McNair was down on the field for a short while, but they're not doing any tests on him on the bench. Looking at plays, one other injury report for you. Yancey Thigpen, after he scored that touchdown in the first quarter, he's been limping on his right foot ever since then. They taped it right after that touchdown. They're putting some more tape on it, but we'll check and find out exactly what the injury is, Greg.
All right, Bernie, thank you. Mark Brunell comes up throwing on first down, and it's a first down to the 46-yard line.
I think I would take about 10 defensive players and put them on the left side of the field and see if Mark Brunell's going to turn to the right and throw one. But nice play-action pass, something I don't think Jacksonville does enough of. If I had Fred Taylor as a running back, I would fake to him more often and try to get the football down the field where the linebackers can't get in the way of can't get in the throwing lanes.
On the ground, Fred Taylor eludes one tackler, but not the second, third, and fourth as he moves it up to the 49-yard line. Blaine Bishop in on the stop.
You know, so far today, Greg, what was a big question we heard a lot this week? Tony Baselli, the great left tackle, out. Ben Coleman, number 62, at guard this year, moves out the left tackle, and he did a terrific job last week against the Miami Dolphins and doing a good job so far here today. An excellent pass blocker. Of course, he's not the run blocker Tony Baselli was, but doing a good job so far today.
Brunell has time, throws, incomplete, penalty marker is down. Kyle Brady was looking for the pass interference call against Eddie Robinson and got it.
Well, the Tennessee Titan linebackers, they said, we're not worried about these running backs and tight ends catching passes because we can run with anybody. And well, so far today, they are losing the battle when it comes to the passing game.
Pass interference, 55 defense. That's the first down.
See, the problem is when you try to guard a guy like Kyle Brady, watch Eddie Robinson. Kyle Brady is just so big, and his size makes Eddie Robinson get off balance, so he falls down his legs and trips him up. But
grabbing that foot didn't hurt either, did it? Think a little weather is on the way here in Jacksonville?
I hope not.
First down. The 40, inside the 40, inside the 35 to the 34-yard line is Fred Taylor. What a dancer he is with the football.
Well, when you get to a championship game, things happen that usually don't happen to you during the regular season. Tennessee's defense, they're used to stopping this play for no gain. Well, Fred Taylor makes a few people miss. And then if he has to, he'll lower his head and run over you.
Taylor to the sideline, James Stewart into the backfield. Second and short yardage. It's Stewart straight ahead. First down and more. 25, 20, 15. Blocker in front of him. Touchdown. Number 33 goes 33 yards to give Jacksonville the lead.
Tennessee took a chance. They were blitzing, and when you blitz, you better tackle Fred Taylor to line of scrimmage because we can see once he gets in the secondary, hard for a defensive back to bring him down.
Mike Hollis with the extra point. Coming up on 4.5 to play in the first half, and the Jacksonville Jaguars get the big run from James Stewart. 33 yards for the touchdown, 14-7 Jaguars. Derek Mason will take it for the Titans at the 3. 20, 30, and forward to about the 34-yard line. Are there some good football players in this game? You bet. Jacksonville, 7 Pro Bowlers, 5 starters, the most of any team in the NFL. Tennessee, you see the Pro Bowlers there. They'll all be in the Pro Bowl in Honolulu on Sunday, February the 6th. And Phil and I are just going to have to journey out to Hawaii and do the quarterback challenge, which follows shortly after. It'll be here on CBS. Marcus Robertson, the fine safety for Tennessee, being wheeled off to the locker room from the 35-yard line. Play fake. The pass is complete and out of bounds. Kevin Dyson at about the 47-yard line.
Greg, I got to go back. I think I said that was Fred Taylor running for that long touchdown. And, well, what can I say? They both are big, fast, and they really look good. So James Stewart and Fred Taylor, what a combination. So James Stewart, when he comes in, he is fresh. So he can, get that little extra energy, and it created a long run for the touchdown.
No rest for the defense, that's for sure.
Right.
A look at McNair's numbers. Eddie George may have lost a couple of yards. Ronaldo Wynn and Seth Payne led the charge on the defensive line.
Well, Steve McNair shook off that big hit back in the game, and we could tell on that first throw, comfortable, and the hit to the chest not bothering him.
Every original AFL team has reached the Super Bowl except the franchise that is now the Tennessee Titans. You don't think they'd like to change that around today, would you? George to the near side on second down. Penalty marker is down in the defensive secondary as Fernando Bryant came up for the hit.
Well, the one thing I've noticed is Jacksonville defense is doing very well today so far.
The crowd celebrates because this is going to move Tennessee back.
Yeah, that's going to be 15 yards.
Personal foul, back block, number 87 offense, 15-yard penalty.
Let's watch.
Second down.
Kevin Dyson, number 87, comes down inside. There's Carnell Lake. To be looking quick. Here he comes. When you go inside, you cannot go down below the waist to make that block. A good call. You got it. I say this all the time. When it comes to protecting players and it's about the injuries, you always make the call and you throw that flag.
And now Kevin Dyson is limping on the sideline. Isaac Bird and Chris Sanders are the wide receivers on 2nd and 24. Pitch to George. Across the 35 to the 37-yard line, and it will still be 3rd and long as Seth Payne makes the tackle.
Well, you look at a situation like this, Tennessee, again, the momentum on Jacksonville's side. The crowd had kind of quieted down for a while, and nice long touchdown drive that Jacksonville have. That'll get them pumped up again. But all you want to do here is make sure you don't turn it over, punt the ball, keep Jacksonville from scoring, and you can be happy going in at halftime down 14-7.
Dyson, Sanders, and Mason, the wide receivers, as we come up on the 2-minute warning, and they won't get a chance to get the play off. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Dyson, Sanders, and Mason, the wide receivers on 3rd and long. McNair rolls out of the pocket, pulls it down, still holding, and now throws almost complete, incomplete. Derek Mason, the intended receiver, almost pulled it down one-handed. And Tennessee will kick it away.
I do not like this 3-down lineman chasing Steve McNair, getting way too much time to throw the football. And when he moves around, sooner or later, somebody's going to get wide open down the field, and he's going to make a big play. Almost did it that time.
Reggie Barlow returned a 38-yard punt for a touchdown, or a 74-yard punt for a touchdown during the regular season. Barlow from the 23 dropped it. Loose ball. Tennessee get there in time. They did.
Second time today, Reggie Barlow has bobbled the football. That time, Tennessee punting into the wind. Intra kicked the knuckleball, and as it's coming down, I'm sure, and Reggie Barlow just takes his eyes off the football.
Steve Jackson, number 24, was there ahead of Barlow to jump on the loose ball.
Oh, and Steve Jackson, when he saw it hit the ground, he attacked the football, gave Reggie Barlow no chance of getting it. Watch this. That is hard to do. Dove right on it, came up with the recovery.
Jeff Fisher was very definitive talking about turnovers in the postseason. You gotta have them to win. The only time a team hasn't had them and won was Tennessee at Indianapolis last week. From the 19, Eddie George for about a yard.
Well, Greg, you look at this first half. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but that is 2 big turnovers by Jacksonville. The interception in the end zone, this fumble, the punt return. Tennessee, 1 interception, but I didn't think it was that big of a deal. It was long, 3rd and long. It was almost as good as a punt.
Coming up on a minute to play here in the first half. Eddie George again to the 15. And now Tennessee will use its 3rd and final timeout here in the first half. Stops the clock with 59 seconds to play, and will
to tie it up, but at worst, you think they're going to get a field goal.
Yancey Thigpen has gone to the dressing room. A problem with his right foot. 3rd and 7. McNair has time. The protection is terrific, and now he's on the run. Cuts it up the middle, loose football. Forward inside the 10-yard line. And Benji Olsen falls on the ball. That ball, however, cannot be advanced.
Goes back where Steve McNair fumbled. Let's watch it. It looks like he might be able to sneak through there.
Put it back to the spot where he fumbled it from. Then we will wind the clock.
And so the line of scrimmage is the 16-yard line, and on comes the field goal team. Tony Brackens, boy, is he making a habit of doing this?
Tony Brackens, good hustle, gets around the side, makes the fumble. And boy, when that ball hits the ground, everybody's hoping for a recovery. And
Jeff Fisher kind of wishing things along on the sideline. 34-yard field goal attempt by Del Greco. And it's good. 20 seconds to play here in the first quarter. The Jaguars lead is cut to 14-10.
The best team going to go to the Super Bowl. It's going to be about playing physical, hard football.
Another drop kick. Alvis Wittich picks it up and then dropped inside the 20-yard line. The line of scrimmage will be the 19. Steve Jackson, who recovered the fumble a few moments ago, made the tackle. So onto the field comes Mark Brunell. 7 of 12 on the day so far. Jacksonville with 16 seconds and 3 timeouts.
I think they might take a knee. What do you think?
I think you're right.
The way things have gone here the last few seconds. Ball bouncing everywhere.
That man will not be pleased when he hits the locker room with.
Well, you know what? He knows he had a chance to almost end this game in the first half. You know, they don't throw the interception. Of course, if you don't do a lot of things, you could win games. But he knows they create a lot of positives. They didn't take advantage of them. Now they're going to play. Going to have a tough second half.
The Jaguars with all kinds of yardage in the second quarter, but the turnovers cost them dearly. time running down in the first half, and let's go down to Armin Katayan. Armin.
Thanks, Coach. 2 big turnovers. They told us that you didn't want that.
Well, we can't have turnovers against this team. History dictates. We had an opportunity to score down there, didn't do it. Then this punt return situation right here, but we're ahead at the half, and we're going to really emphasize that part of it and try to eliminate the errors in the second half.
Thanks, Coach. Greg.
When Tom Coughlin talks history, you listen. There's no bigger buff. Our halftime score, the Jaguars 14, the Titans 10. Coming up, we'll be sending you down to Jim Nance on the field for the NASDAQ halftime report. Jim, Randy, Craig, and Jerry. Titans 10. A moment ago, Bonnie Bernstein with Titans head coach Jeff Fisher.
All right, Coach, you're only down by 4 in a very loud stadium. What adjustments do you make for the second half?
The noise isn't a factor. We wanted to come in locker room at halftime close, have a chance to win the second half. We got it right now. We have to tackle much better, however, on defense. We're not tackling like we normally do. That's going to be a big key for us. We got a couple of key players out, but the backups got to come in and play.
Jeff, thanks. Greg?
All right, Bonnie, Greg Gumbel with Phil Simms. We said at the top of the day, it's going to depend on who's the most physical. What do you think at halftime?
Well, there's no doubt in my mind, so far in this game, Jacksonville has been the more physical team, dominating the play. The offensive line, that's probably the biggest surprise. They are beating Tennessee's defensive line to the punch.
All right, it has been, however, kind of the dogfight that we expected, back and forth.
Well, it has, and I think Jeff Fisher said it right. The big plays are coming on the fact that they can't tackle the running backs when they have a chance in the backfield. So Tennessee, the opportunities are there on defense. When you get a chance, you got to take advantage of it.
The Jaguars get the football first here in the second half. A look at the halftime numbers. Not a surprise that the yardage is dominated by Jacksonville, but time of possession belongs to Tennessee.
Well, Tennessee likes to run the ball, eat a little time off the clock, but it really wasn't a big factor in the first half. Jacksonville, again, their offensive line gave Mark Brunell, Fred Taylor, James Stewart chances to make play, and they took advantage of them.
Craig Hentrick will kick. We are still waiting for the rest of the Sunshine Band to clear the field.
KC says, hey, he don't want to get off stage. See, they can't get it out of there.
Do a little dance, make a little love, and get out of the stadium.
Oh, well.
30 minutes to play.
I got tired of hearing you singing all the songs.
Oh.
You bring the bands from the 50s. You're right in there. You know all those 50s
Well,
bands.
wait a minute. Who was it who said, hey, this is frat party music?
That's right.
Here we go. Reggie Barlow and Alvis Whitted are deep for the Jaguars. Both run like the wind. And the second half is underway. On the far side, this will be Barlow inside the 5-yard line. Won't get a chance to turn the corner. In fact, comes up at about the 15-yard line, and Steve Jackson, who has been a terror on special teams for the Titans today, makes the stop. How have the quarterbacks fared? I'd say those are pretty even numbers, except for the total yardage by Mark Brunell.
I think both quarterbacks had a pretty solid first half. Mark Brunell made plays, moved around. He only had one bad play, I thought, in the whole first half. That was the interception in the end zone.
So Brunell and the Jaguars will get started from the 15-yard line. Anthony Dorsett is in the secondary for Tennessee in place of Marcus Robertson, who was injured in the first half. Fred Taylor, 20, close to the 25-yard line. There is Anthony Dorsett, son of the great running back Tony Dorsett, changed his number to number 33 last year in honor of his dad.
Well, look at the numbers on Fred Taylor. 9 rushes for 81 yards.
And he gets the Jaguars into second and short yardage. Brunell will throw. The pass is complete. First down to the 33-yard line. And Jimmy Smith. Boy, what an outstanding season he had. Outstanding season he had this year.
Well, Jimmy Smith blitzed by the Titans defense, one-on-one. Good coverage by Denard Walker. Perfect throw, big wide receiver. That's really tough to stop those short passes.
Jay Smooth, as he is known.
He is smooth. He's powerful. To hear the coaches and the opposing team talk about him, you know he's the best wide receiver in the National Football League.
First down, Jaguars. Brunell looks that way again, and it's incomplete this time. Jimmy Smith hit him in the hand.
You know what happened here? We just saw the first two passes of the second half. You don't know.
Yes, I know.
Mark Brunell threw to his right. That's what he did. But Jimmy Smith, again, when you have single coverage outside, you have to be careful not to give up the big play. That time he just misses it.
Jimmy Smith, his 4th consecutive 1,000-yard season this year. On second down, the handoff. And it doesn't get much, as Fred Taylor stopped for almost no gain. Blaine Bishop and Eddie Robinson.
Well, when I see a play like that, of course, Jacksonville want you to think it's going to be a pass play because Mark Brunell is in the shotgun. They hand it off. Wow, there's Blaine Bishop. Haven't seen him as much as I thought I would around the line of scrimmage making tackles today. Jacksonville done a good job of neutralizing him and running away from where he is.
Blaine Bishop said if we don't stop the run, we're in trouble. We have to keep Fred Taylor under control today. 4 wide receivers on 3rd and 9. Brunell throwing down the middle. In and out of the hands of Alvis Whitted inside the 35-yard line. So Brunell trots off the field, the victim of 2 dropped passes in this series.
Tennessee's defense was confused right from the start. The formation Jacksonville used caught him off guard. Blaine Bishop, that's not the one, down the middle. Mark Brunell did a good job just throwing the football up. No defensive back can react to it. Alvis Whitted just can't catch it.
So Brian Barker will kick it away to Derek Mason. Mason from the 16. And across the 20 to about the 24-yard line. James Stewart, he of the 33-yard touchdown run with the special teams tackle. First down their own 24-yard line. Yancey Thigpen, a right foot injury, has not returned since the second quarter. Eddie George bounces and gets nothing, and the Jacksonville defense is all over him.
They're all over him, and that play illustrates what what the defense wanted to do to Eddie George. What did Carnell Lake say? We got to gang tackle this guy. Get everybody to the football when he runs it, because if you watched Eddie George during the season, every time he gets into the line of scrimmage, he can hit some defenders, but he always falls forward for about 3 or 4 yards. And then he wears you down, and then all of a sudden he breaks a big run on you. But today, Jacksonville's defense is all over him.
McNair to throw. Has his man out to the 35-yard line, Isaac Bird. Isaac Bird, a third-year man out of the University of Kansas for 11 yards and a first down.
Well, this is going to test the backup wide receivers for Tennessee. Steve McNair given time. I think you can do more of this to this Jacksonville defense. They are playing run, run, run. The receivers have nobody underneath them to the outside. The question is, does Tennessee want to take the chance and put the ball into Steve McNair's hand to throw to the young wide receivers outside?
McNair has a man in his face trying to shake him, and he does. On the move, throws, complete. Eddie George out to midfield, and there's a penalty marker back.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. How many times we've seen this today by both quarterbacks, but especially Steve McNair.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, 90 defense. Will add 15 yards to the end of the run. First down.
Well, Bernie Kukar says it's number 90, Tony Brackens.
Well, let's watch who delivers the late hit. It is him, and that's a late hit. He knew Steve McNair was going to get rid of the football. I know it's not a crushing blow, but that's not the point of it. You hit the quarterback, it's a flag. You got to pull up when you know he's let go of the football.
So Tennessee with a first down now at the Jacksonville 35.
Changing the play.
Play clock is down to 4. You see it in the lower left corner of the screen. And he barely gets the snap off. Out here to Lorenzo Neal. Falls down and is touchdown at about the line of scrimmage. So it'll be second at about 10.
You remember last year we were doing a Pittsburgh Steelers game, and I don't know who, we were talking to Cordell Stewart, and we were talking about a player. Why I'm saying this, it reminds me of Steve McNair. Cordell Stewart was talking about somebody, he goes, you know, Phil, he's just country strong. And when he said that, ever since he told me that statement, I always think of Steve McNair when I think of what Cordell said, because that's what this guy is. He is just a naturally big, strong, balanced athlete, and that's why he breaks so many tackles out here during the game.
Just as the clock wound down, McNair down the sideline. It is incomplete, and a penalty marker is down. Fernando Bryant and Kevin Dyson step for step.
I did not see the hands come into play. I know the feet got tangled up, but when your feet get tangled up, that is not a penalty. But I saw the official say a push in the back.
It's going to give Tennessee a first and goal.
25 defense.
Let's see if we can see it. Fernando Bryant, number 25, against Kevin Dyson. Puts his hand out. Well, he keeps the hand on, absolutely. His right hand, when you pull that left arm down, that's easy to spot. Throw the flag.
That's good for 28 yards, and it's first and goal from the 6.
And that probably stopped Kevin Dyson from catching the pass.
Eddie George to the 5, to the goal line, and comes up short. We talked about Eddie George's ability to fall forward. How about that time?
Well, that's what he does a lot of, Greg, and that's why you got to get. Oh, look at this quick snap.
And now the whistle blows before they can get the snap off. Jacksonville calls a timeout. One of the offensive linemen turns around and applauds Jeff Fisher for that nice move. Is proud to provide you with these live shots 1,000 feet above Alltel Stadium. From the 1-yard line, the Titans looking for the lead. McNair keeps it. Touchdown.
Well, this looks like last week for Jeff Fisher. Down at halftime, come out in the second half, take the ball the first time you get it, go down the field and score a touchdown. Steve McNair, this is the only call you can call down here.
Phil, you were saying this is what they were going to call before Jacksonville called the timeout.
The time before, when they were stopped a few inches from the goal line, Steve McNair yells out a call, line up real quick before the defense gets ready, run a quarterback sneak.
Del Greco for the extra point. And it's good. 9:24 to play in the third quarter. For the first time today, Tennessee has the lead. They lead it 17-14. Ball on number 25, Fernando Bryant. Short kick, Alvis with it. And is hit at about the 33-yard line.
Oh, I hate that. Such a short kickoff gives him good field position.
Here's Javon Curse, the rookie defensive end out of Florida, who had 14.5 sacks during the regular season. 2 more sacks in the first playoff game against the Buffalo Bills.
One of the reasons why this Titan defense is just not dominating today, Javon Curse can't make the plays. He can't make the plays because he's going up against an all-pro and Leon Searcy.
Brunell barking signals.
3-step drop.
Pump fake goes deep, incomplete. Jimmy Smith down the near sideline. Denard Walker was going alongside him and a step and a half behind him. There's the rookie out of Florida. We're talking with him. You know, when you're in his presence, he's such a dominating figure, but Leon Searcy's holding his own today.
Well, dominating, yeah, he's getting dominated today. Leon Searcy, the All-Pro, been in the league many years. He is manhandling, just throws him down. Leon Searcy told me, he says, hey, Javon brings out my A game, and we have seen that today.
A little movement up front.
But see, it's good to see a rookie get a lesson like that, because you don't want it to all come too easy for him. You got to give him something to work on.
62 offense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Ben Coleman with the false start.
You got to give him something to work on during the offseason. And he told us yesterday, Javon Curse said, I got some new moves for Leon Searcy, ones he hasn't seen. And what I've been watching today, he's tried a few of them. And Leon Searcy, big, strong, wonderful feet for such a big man, and he just overpowers Javon Curse.
2nd and 15. Brunell from the shotgun throws to his right. That one's complete across the 30 to his tight end Kyle Brady, and a loose football. Who comes up with it? Tennessee.
Wow. What a job fighting for the ball. You got to protect it.
Jason Fisk, number 97.
What a job recovering it when this ball's on the ground. Mark Brunell, single coverage to the outside. Eddie Robinson, look at that. You can see he had his hand behind the football. Kyle Brady, when you see that hand get in there, you've got to go down with it.
Tennessee's defense forced 40 turnovers this year. That was up from just 19 a year ago.
A lot of that's because of the pass rush by their defensive front, but you can see they went, well, that time Eddie Robinson just went for the football, and he caused the fumble.
From the 35, a golden opportunity for the Tennessee Titans. Eddie George. Straight ahead, close to the 30.
Well, I don't know what Jeff Fisher does at half.